The first thing I thought when I first saw her work was the power of Black space. What she depicts in her artwork is something that I live today. I'm just happy, even though it's painful. You know, talking right now it's a sure pain, but whether I want to or not, I'm present in every single one of those images, and it's not just the history of it. It's that this rolls into my life today. It hasn't dissipated because the shackle is a little different than it was then. It's still present.
I want to first applaud Mocha for having the courage to introduce a piece like Kara Walker's work to our region, really. When you think about Virginia, what better place that reconciliation could happen in its fullest sense if we allowed ourselves to embrace the reality that slavery was on the shores of this water. And so when you look at Kara Walker's work, when you really ingest it and really think about what she has crafted through her artistic creativity with just silhouettes, black and white, speaking to the souls of many people, Virginia has to have something like this in order to bring us to the table of conversations and beyond to meaningful action.
I think it really is a privilege for Virginia Beach and for Hampton Roads more broadly to have the opportunity to show this work, because all places have history, but the history of Virginia and the history of Hampton Roads is a history that's from literally the first moment that enslaved Africans were brought to English North America. This region was part of that story. This region was arguably, for much of that history, was the center of that story.
Bringing the work here to Hampton Roads is really important because I feel like a lot of the wounds of slavery, of the development of this country, are still festering greatly here in Hampton Roads. But I think work like Kara Walker's puts issue directly in your face, uncovers the wounds, makes you look at it, think about it, maybe even consider what type of medicines, or maybe even look at specifically what type of disease may be festering there. And I think that's the only way that we can heal as people.
It allows for the imagination to kind of run wild, and seeing Kara Walker's work gives me the allowance as an artist to feel like I can make work that might be uncomfortable.
In all my experience teaching and my experience as a person, I think we learn a lot from being uncomfortable and from allowing ourselves to sit and exist in uncomfortable spaces, and to think about why we're uncomfortable, to think about what it means, and to really be introspective about the work and how it makes us feel, and to really try to do some reflection about why we're feeling the way we're feeling in this particular show, especially.
I think her work inspires us to be boundary pushers, to not be silent, to recognize that the past is the present, and how we choose to handle that in our society today is really up to each one of us.
Art encourages you to go deeper into what's in front of you. You see inside of a gallery, someone will just stand in front of a painting and take in every aspect of it and reflect on their life and what that feels like for them. And when you take a visual art and poetry, putting what is before the public to words, I think it shifts. I think it's more than a response. It's like there's another painting right beside it, but it's painted in words.
Within myself, I believe her work allows me to think beyond our history and think of new ways that we can exist in the world and in our community, while still acknowledging all of the things that Black Americans have been through and continue to go through.
Try not to be reactive. Try to process your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Sit with the work, look at the work, take it in. If things arise, let them arise. Unpack it later though. Give it time to settle in. In consideration that there are going to be many walks of life coming into this exhibition, many ethnicities, let us just put ourselves in each other's shoes. Let's not lead with judgment, let's lead with understanding and trying to gain understanding where we can get it. And let's keep in mind that this is one artist's perspective of a major thing, a major mark in history, a major issue, major topics, and let's have consideration for that.